Greetings, I'm Tavotron, and I'm going to be commentating on my speedrun of Demon's Crest 100% today. This game came out for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in the year 1994. It's the sequel to the Gargoyle's Quest series, the second sequel to be exact. The current world record holder for this game and category is Satox with a time of 38:21. My PB is 39:20. And the PB shown in this video is 40:26, which means the estimate is going to be 45 minutes. So I'll explain about the general mechanics of this game. So you are Firebrand and you're escaping the Coliseum. Well, as you could see, we already did. But the thing is, this game throws you straight into the action by fighting a big boss called Samulo. He's taken down in 3 hits in the Japanese version and 6 hits in the USA and PAL version. I think I'll do it. So the main thing that is going to be shown with normal Firebrand or Red Armor is that I don't shoot in the ground because the Firebrand clings to the ground and you cannot move during that process. So whenever I'm falling or whenever I'm jumping, I'll be firing my shot. So that was Hippogriff. One thing to mention in this game is that every boss is RNG. It's a Capcom game. And yeah, the controls are a bit simple. You have an attack button, a jump hover button, an item usage button, and a specialty button. That the attack and the specialty is different with every gargoyle. Then you go. So this is the Coliseum second section. What we did is picking up a empty glass of potion called Urn. And in the first section, we picked up a empty book called Vellum. This is the 100% category, so we have to collect all items with the exception of the Crest of Heaven. So this is Arma. This is a not very nice guy. He is pretty much the RNG coin toss of another category, which is any percent, which, if I'm not mistaken, is 3 times shorter than 100%. On 100%, he still plays a great role because you have to face him 3 times through the game. So what we do here is count down 16 hits. And you have to kill him on the ground, because if you kill him in the air, he will slowly hover down until he lands, and he'll speak to you. Another difference between the Japanese and the PAL USA versions is the text, of course. You save time on the Japanese version just because of the shorter text. Here we morph into Ground Gargoyle to gain some speed. He has a dash that it's like Mega Man X. By holding down the A button, you can perform it. You can extend your dash by jumping. Here we're going to do a very dangerous trick, which is the early hand route. That will allow us to fire twice on the screen, which will be very useful for the upcoming bosses and to pick up the upcoming items. It just saves quite a bit of time. So these are the catacombs. Since we have 1 health, we have to be very careful about our movement and attack patterns. There is a trick here called the task jump, but we didn't do it, we took the safe way. It's called the task jump for some reason. So this is the dark room. Runners don't have a problem with this room because we pretty much memorized the layout. So this is the boss, Obnunu. Obnunu will drop an extremely important power-up, which is called the Buster Shot. The Buster Shot will allow us to break through stone blocks and pick up the items that we need to progress through the game. So first, Obnunu is going to send her children to attack Firebrand. Every eyeball has 3 HP, and if you notice, if you fire the shockwave of the ground gargoyle, it does double damage when you fire it on the ground. So that was a mediumly good pattern, and now we have to fight Obnunu herself. You have to stay in one spot and do 2 air shots and the rest ground shots, if I'm not mistaken. So there we go. You have to stay on the goo in a precise amount of time so you can pick up the buster as early as possible. So this is stage 3, the forest, the enchanted forest, like I like to call it. And what we do here is do a damage boost to collect the urn. And we go to the next section. It is very important that we have 4, 5, or 6 health to go through the next section. Because we have to do a lot of damage boosting. So this section of the forest, it's a bit RNG because fire is going to be coming down just like that. And sometimes fire can come down and that will intercept your jump or your dash jump, and that is going to be a problem. One thing that you have noticed is that I face in the opposite direction before doing the damage boost, or else it's going to push me backwards. So here we use Buster to break through the stone bricks, then we do the sock jump, and we're going to face Flame Lord. We have to do the Death Warp here so that the fire can consume the leaves of the forest. We do the retry option and we teleport to the entrance of the mini cave so we can collect this health extender, or empty soul like the game guide says. So here we just go with Ground Gargoyle, perform another damage boost. And now we're going to face Flame Lord. The first phase consists of just standing there and throwing ground shots. He's going to send flaming guinea pigs once in a while. I had a bad pattern, but that will be a bit better on the next phase. We have to count down 20 hits. Or 20 HP. It's better that way, you know. But Fire Lord phase 2 is down. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the early pickup, but to do that, you have to kill him inside his hitbox. You can actually shot twice on the last HP whenever he has 2 HP or 4 HP. So this is a terribly difficult section. The headbutt minigame. You have to destroy 25 skulls with a headbutt in order for Pago to give you another health extender. So there we go, 25, 3 torches, not bad. The optimal one would be 4 torches. The thing is, you have to destroy those 25 skulls before all the torches fade out. So now we go to the world map potion shop to buy 2 Mercury potions. There is a trick in this game called Mercury Cancel. What you have to do is collect the power up and use the Mercury potion at the same time in order to save several seconds. So this is the Cursed Towers. And what we have to do is collect this urn and as you can see I ruined the cycle. Those enemies are in a global cycle, but that's okay. It's okay, we have enough HP to go through this section twice. But why twice? I'll explain. You have to enter a tornado in this section, which will go to the Hippogriff 2 fight. We use a Mercury potion to teleport back to the last area that we've been. We go through this area once more. We collect the HP restorer, and this is a pretty neat trick. That is a 1-frame window shot that you can do to this boss and to another boss. This is Flyer 1, the other one is Flyer 2. But we will talk about Flyer 2 when we get to that section. So here you have to morph into a Ground Gargoyle and do ground shots. We call that the any percent strat. So here we are going to do the Mercury Cancel. This is a very serious trick. And we did it. So now we get teleported here. And we have to face Hippogriff 2 with Ground Gargoyle. The ideal pattern is that Hippogriff will come to the ground. Twice, actually. That was a very good fight. So what we have to do now is Select the tornado because we have to climb the secret section of the Crest towers by using tornado jumps, just like this. So now we come down to pick up the crown talisman. Remember, this is 100%, so we have to collect all items. We do a couple more of tornado jumps, and then we have to face Arma 2. Arma 2 has 32 HP, and we have to face him with the ground gargoyle because that's the gargoyle that does more damage in all of our selection. When Arma 2 comes down to half HP, he's going to do tornadoes that can pull you. So this fight is a bit more dangerous because Arma's shots do double damage. But since we have full HP, we won't have much trouble with this fight, especially when Arma is hovering on the ground, because we can do the ground shockwave damage, which is twice as much as the air shockwave damage. So let's talk about the game, the difficulty terms. Some people say it's very difficult, but for me it's not that much. You just have to get used to the movement and the bosses and doing all kind of stuff. So this is stage 6, the Frozen Barrens. We're going to select our new acquired gargoyle, which is Aerial Aramer, and we're going to fly over the stage. You can increase your height while you're hovering or flying by holding down the A button. So the next boss that we have to face is Griwan the Wolf. He will give us one of the most damaging gargoyles in the entire game, which the power is called Demon Fire, and that is going to be useful to face Arma for the third and last time. So there is a manipulation that can be applied on this fight. You have to hover over Griwan and came down when he's about to jump at you. As you can see, I am playing this fight safely. Because he does triple the damage if you touch him. So he can pretty much 3-shot you. It is a very dangerous fight. This route, which is the early hand route, it's a bit more dangerous than the classic route, which is Flyer on Aerial Gargoyle, which is the route that LP3 Cinema took on his run on GDQ. So here we're going to switch to Air Gargoyle to take an empty urn. Forgot to mention that before the Griwan fight, we morphed into Ground Gargoyle to take an empty Bellum. Again, it's 100%. So this is the Caverns of Ice, or Arma's Palace. This is a vertical section, pretty easy I must say. Here we morph to Buster to break the ice blocks and take the health extender power up. The next section can be done with ground gargoyle or aerial gargoyle. However, earth gargoyle's route is the fastest, but also the most dangerous one. So as you can see, I did it almost perfectly. Very well done, Earth Gargoyle. So this is Flyer 2. Like Flyer 1, you can attempt a one frame shot that will deal a significant amount of damage, since the aerial gargoyle shot, the Hurricane, is Flyer's 2 weakness. Bosses, that's something else I forgot to mention. Bosses have weaknesses. For example, Arma 3 has the weakness of Demon Fire, same with Phalanx 2. And also bosses have resistance. For example, Skula, he's invulnerable to the Tidal's Gargoyle shot. So this is yet another dark room. We'll be using mainly the aerial gargoyle. We morph to ground gargoyle to break a stone statue to recover one of the most powerful talismans in the game, which is Armor, which pretty much decreases damage taken by you in half. That's another thing that I forgot to mention, the interface. So on the left there's health, and on the right there's power up, item, and a talisman. So this is Arma 3. He can be taken down by 12 shots with the Demon Fire equipped. Also, the funny thing is, you can hurt Arma 3 even before the fight begins. So there's Arma 3, and he's going to give us the most powerful crest, which is the Time Crest, which will allow us to morph into the legendary Armor. We take damage decreased by a half, and we have a very powerful shot that will take down the remaining bosses in a blast. So we need exactly 69 GB or ZAM, which is the currency in this game, to buy all the items we need. On this particular section we needed 32 ZAM. We bought 2 Mercury Potions and 2 Sulfur Potions. The 2 Mercury Potions are going to be used in order to do another 2 Mercury Cancels, and the Sulfur Potions are going to be used on the revisits of this stage and the first stage. What the Sulfur Potions do is that it teleports you to the Mode 7 map. Here, that was a misdash input. But yeah, we are going to the graveyard now to collect another health extender and face Belf, aka Spinal's grandpa. So what we have to do here is morph into legendary gargoyle, while on him, and do the Mercury cancel. There are multiple ways to do the Mercury cancel, but I chose the pixel perfect one. As you will see soon. Here comes the Mercury cancel, number 2 in the run, and done. So what we're going to do now is visit the catacombs one more time to pick up a health extend and an empty balloon. So we have to morph into ground gargoyle, go as fast as we possibly can, yes, and to recover the empty balloon we have to switch to Buster and break through the wall, then back to ground gargoyle. Here we have the chance to do the test jump, and we did it. That's the only thing I did right in that section. So here we have to switch to Buster one more time. Then we can pick up the health extender and get out. So now we have to revisit the first stage with ground gargoyle. Movement here is very tight, so you have to be careful. Nice recovery. Because you have to know when to do a dash jump and when not to do a dash jump. So here we just go through the first area and the second area, and at the end of the second area we are going to morph into aerial gargoyle, because on the third area we need to fly up in order for us to reach the breakable blocks that are blocking the health extender. Like this. We take the heart and get out. Next stage is stage 5, the sunken aqueduct. Here we do a test trick with ground gargoyle. Have to go pretty much underneath this pillar. Then I have to do a very precise jump to damage boost out of the water. And then we just dash jump our way through. We switch to aerial gargoyle to reach through the false floor to get another life extender. Then we continue our way with the ground gargoyle. So this is the next boss, Crawler. He's the RNG power spike in this run, because it has two states pretty much. One state, like now, with his eye closed, he's invulnerable to all type of attacks. I believe we have to hit him 8 times with the legendary gargoyle power for him to give out the water crest. So he's about to be finished. And we have to do yet another Mercury cancel. like so. So now that we got the water crest, we have to go with tidal gargoyle through the Atlantis section. We have to go through here to collect another health extender. And then we proceed through the normal way. To swim, you have to hold the A button. So here we pretty much have to go through enemies, break up stun blocks, and hope that the movement is optimized. You can optimize your movement by pretty much shooting at the right time or knowing when to slow down a bit. And so the upcoming boss is going to be Holothurion. He can throw a couple of patterns, which is RNG dependent. He can blow us away or pull Firebrand towards him. We want to push Firebrand away from him in the beginning, because we can get plenty of hits. You can also take the health extender if you kill Holothurion in a specific part of his hitbox. So that was stage 5. Now we're going to do the second to last stage, which is the tidal cavern of stage 3. We use Aerial Gargoyle to go through, and we switch to Legendary Gargoyle in this section because he can pretty much one-shot every enemy that is in his way. We have to be careful here because the wave will rise on a global timer, and then we go through the second section where we'll be going to be using our tidal gargoyle to swim through and collect another health extender. If I'm not mistaken, there are 16 health extenders through the entire game. This is Skula. There is a little technique that will allow us to destroy the body and the head at the same time. I couldn't pull it off because of bad RNG, but we got what we came for. An empty Bellum and 2 health extenders. Now we can move on to the last stage, which is Phalanx Palace. Here we take out some enemies in our way, except for the third clown. If we kill him, we will generate lag. So this is Hippogriff 3. We have to take him out by using the power of the legendary gargoyle. And yeah, that's the power of the legendary gargoyle. So now that we defeated Hippogriff 3, we are going to go through a vertical section with the aerial gargoyle and pick up the last health extender with the claw. This is a power that I didn't mention in the run because it's not as used as frequently as other gargoyles or other fire power-ups. But the claw allows us to climb spiked walls. Just like that. And we take the last talisman, which is the Fang. The Fang is a very important talisman because it allows us to do double damage, pretty much. We equip it and go through. One detail that I forgot to mention in the windy room is that unless you're morphed into aerial gargoyle, the wind will push you forward. So we use that mechanic to gain a little bit of time. We're going now to face Green 1-2 with the legendary gargoyle and Fang, which means that we're going to deal excruciating damage, if I can say it that way. So he's down. We're going to morph into aerial gargoyle and go to the final boss. Phalanx is in many ways a run killer because you need at least 14 HP to perform a quick kill trick, which is very position dependent and has a little bit of timing too. So that was Phalanx 1. He can be taken out by 5 shots. So the upcoming phase, Phalanx will deal more damage and has a little bit more of HP. His true weakness is the Demon Fire, but we're not going to use Demon Fire because we're going to lose our advantage of double HP. So we use Legendary Gargoyle as a safety circumstance. So here we pretty much wail on him, and then there's going to be the final boss, Phalanx 3. I already mentioned the quick kill that can be done, but there's another strat to face Phalanx 3. You can do double shots. If you fire, then stay away and then fire again. It's a bit hard to explain, to be honest, but that's an alternative strat. The quick kill just saves. It's a time saver. It's very good, but it's very hard. We will attempt to do it here. So So we couldn't do it in the end, but we still did a decent chunk of damage. That will allow us to get a time of 40 minutes, pretty much. We couldn't do the double shots either, but at least we've taken down one of the hardest bosses on the SNES games, and that's Demon's Crest. So as I pointed out on my Power Rangers submission that I chose this game over Mega Man X and Demon's Crest, but I had a second thought about Demon's Crest. It's actually the first game I've ever speedrun. I'm gonna do a couple of shoutouts now. So, shoutouts to Star Surfer, which was the world record holder for many years, and he's pretty much the person that taught me how to speedrun this game. At least in a watch and learn way. Shouts to Satox too, he's the current world record holder. He pretty much revived my will to speedrun this game once more. And shoutouts to LP3 Cinema, which was the first Demon's Crest runner to go to GDQ many years ago. So yeah, that was Demon's Crest 100%. I hope all of you enjoyed the speedrun. If I get selected to run at GDQ 2020 online, I promise to do a much better run. It's pretty much a matter of practice, to be honest, and dedication. So, this is Tavotron signing out. Thank you for watching.